Well, hello guys. So today I got a pretty special VCR. It's this one here, a Beta VCR, and this is one of the most special VCRs in my collection, and also one of the most rare VCRs. It's a unique type of VCR, so it's a quite a collector's piece, basically, because it's very rare. And it's a Beta VCR, and I got it at the flea market mall that I sometimes go to. And that VCR, it has been there for quite a while, like at least 2 years that this VCR was there. So in the video where I showed photos of when I went to that flea market mall, you saw it was there. And it was originally priced at $275 Canadian dollars. But then this year they decided to put it 150. So I said, well, for that price it might be worth it. It might be worth a try. Because since it's very rare, well, it's not warranted to be fully functional, but if it's not functional, well, it's still gonna be very awesome to have in a collection, and could even maybe sell it for that price, even if it's non-functional. Like somebody on eBay could buy it, like somebody who can repair it. So $150, and I bought it, and I'll tell you like how it happened, like today. So yeah, I decided to buy it. I went there, and I brought this beta tape to test the VCR there, so I could insert it and see if it works. But then I asked the person there, the lady there, that I would like to test the VCR, plug it and insert a tape, but well, she refused. She did not even want me to insert a tape. She says that these products, some products are plugged in, like some audio equipment, they are plugged in the store, so that people can see them working. But those that are on these shelves, they say that they never plug them, and that they don't want you to like test them and put your own tapes in there, because that's how people break their stuff. That's basically what she said. And I don't know, she was like taking all that very seriously. And so I finally got her to plug the VCR for me, and I saw it turn on. So it does turn on, and the screen does turn on. So I said it's good enough for me, and since it's very rare, I will take a chance and buy it. That's what I said. And there it is. I finally took the decision to take the VCR, and so I brought it home and I tested it. And well, I was hoping that it would work, but I said I was thinking, if it does not work, it's still gonna be very nice to have it in a collection. But I'm not gonna be. It's gonna be disappointing, but I'm not gonna be so very pissed off. But I tested it, and this is what it does. The tape doesn't always want to go in, but now it did load. It loaded this time. So the tape has a hard time going in and ejecting, but once it's inserted correctly all the way, well, the tape functions, they work. So say if I press pause, and I can do different speeds, slow motion. I'll first try to fix the issue, but then I will review the VCR and show you all the functions, because this is a very special VCR, just not an ordinary type of VCR. So it's called an industrial VCR. It was not designed for home use. It was designed for being used in a studio. So it has special functions that basic VCRs don't have. You can see it's going crazy now, but I believe this is a pretty common fault on this mechanism. So I'm pretty sure I'll be able to fix it. It's just basically the switch that detects the insertion of the tape. So they're basically used for a switch that detect the position of the cassette carriage. So that might be repairable. So we will open the machine and just try to figure out what's wrong and if I can fix it, and then I will basically review the unit. Oh, and also today I went to a Salvation Army store too, and I found a somewhat special VCR. It's this one here. So it's a Ion VCR to PC system conversion VCR, which I will show in a different video. And now I'm mostly focused on this one because, like I said, it had been a while that I wanted this VCR, but I wasn't sure if I should buy it. But I finally took the decision, because I think that sometimes you have to take risk when you have that hobby. And so you can see the cosmetic condition of the VCR is not that bad. It's not that broken, but you can see the screen here. The plastic in front of the screen is cracked here, and here there are a few scratches. But that's basically all this VCR has wrong. Okay, now I will open it. Now here's the machine with the top cover off, and so here's the tape mechanism. So it uses this mechanism from like basically all of these Sony VCRs from that time period. Same mechanism as my Sony SL100, this one. And these are the switches I'm assuming are bad. So the lady said that technician who sells this, he tests all the machines. But she said that they are all fully tested. But what I'm assuming is that since this VCR has been sitting there in the store for years and it hasn't been used, I'm assuming that they caught dust. So they got dirty from sitting, and so I will have to remove the front, and then I can like take apart the cassette carriage mechanism and access the switch. It's all packed in there in this VCR. It's gonna be hard to access, but I believe I can access it. I'll try. Now I just removed the front, which was not hard to do, and so behind the front there is all this electronic board, and the part with the jog shuttle, it unplugs, and it's mounted on the front panel, and I had to remove all these knobs for these different editing controls. And now I believe that I will be able to remove the cassette carriage from there. Just pull off this belt, and I will be able to pull this off. So I took off the bottom cover, trying to access the bottom of the electronic board that is on the front, and so I can remove the metal frame that is on the front, so I can remove the cassette carriage. And just look at all these electronics. Look at this, there is just a lot of wires and electronics and all these connectors here. This is really a lot of electronics. It's pretty nice looking, but just this is very high-end for that time. So I just flipped off this the front circuit board, and now what I'm trying to do is access this metal frame here to remove it, because the cassette carriage, you see, it kind of lifts off from one side, but on this side it seems that it's just attached below the frame, the metal frame, and in this VCR everything is like held up together by thick metal frames. So it's gonna be pretty hard to take apart. There's just a lot of disassembly. So I'm trying just to remove the circuit board and the metal frame, to remove everything that will allow me to take off this cassette carriage. Oh, I got it out. I don't know how I did, but it got off. Okay, so I will keep going now. Now I have access to that switch, which I will clean, because I believe this is the switch that is bad on this VCR. So I didn't have to pull off the metal frame actually. So I don't know behind what it was. So I got it out, and actually it seems that not a lot of stuff was holding it. It was just, I think it was placed in that slot here between this plastic piece of the mechanism and the metal frame that was on the front. I thought I would have to remove this, but actually I managed to get it out a different manner, because otherwise, see all this disassembly, you have to, you just have to take your time. And I managed somehow to take it out of there, and here it is. This switch, I unplugged it, and it's placed here, and this little contact, I think it's a common fault on this tape mechanism, that it goes bad, and so I'm going to clean it. This is the contact that detects the insertion of the cassette, so yeah, it detects the position of the tape cassette carriage. So just a little contact. So it's kind of a shame that this goes bad. Alright, now it's all reassembled, and now the mechanism seems to be fully functional. So I tested it, and at least I tested all the mechanism, and now I believe I can start officially reviewing this VCR, now that I've done the repair. So I've cleaned this little switch here with alcohol, and actually it turned out that I did not need to remove the frame that's behind the front panel. I did not even need to remove the circuit board. I could just have removed the front and lifted this, but I could not know, and I did not want to force. But at least when I removed the front, and the circuit board, I think I had better access to. I had a better view. I had a better view to what was going on below this, and just I figured out that you can remove it easily without this, so it worked. So now I can insert the tape and show you the mechanism in action. You will see it's fully functional. You can see the tape threaded with no problem. And now I will press play. And there you have a screen with a real-time counter, hour, minutes, and second, and this looks pretty nice. And behind the screen there was like a little purple pink filter, and it was supposed to be like glued onto the front, I believe, but it was loose. But I just put it there loose, and just all the frame that's next to it holds it there. Stop. Fast forward. Working just fine. So I believe that it was fully tested, but just it was just because it's been sitting for a while that this was bad. So there's actually a warranty. You can, but you can only exchange it for other products. You cannot get a refund. So you know, they did not just test it. So it wasn't kind of they're not fully honest at this store, because, well, you know, if somebody could not repair it, if somebody bought it and could not repair it, well, they will be in trouble with that problem here. Now eject. Now it kind of stopped while loading for a split second. But I've seen other VCRs do that, like my SL100 also does this. So I believe it's like a little mode switch that's behind this. Actually, no, there's no mode switch, but just a little switches like this that might have gone bad. But this is the main one that goes bad, and that gets the mechanism to do trouble like this. And I will show you some of the features. So now it's on pause, and you have different speeds. You can see now it's running slow motion. So this is kind of similar to the SL HF900. And now you have this, which is not spring loaded. Now play times 2 and fast forward. And in reverse. Right now it's just playing backwards. Now 2 times the speed. And now full speed. And back to play. And this is a Beta 3 recording. Now stop. Rewind. The tape is stopping like it should. So other than this trouble that it had, this VCR seems to be fully functional. I haven't tested the picture yet. I hope it's going to work. And you can use these buttons to do the picture search. You have to hold them. So nothing in the loading mechanism activates when you rewind. So not even the solenoid doesn't even move. And so now I didn't even show you the model number yet. It's the model number GCS-50. So it is not most Sony beta VCRs. The model number starts with SL, but this one it is not. It's GCS-50. So this is one special model. It's an industrial model, so this will have been used in a studio. Like it will be like mounted in a shelf. I think like I think on the side you could mount it like on a rack, a rack like in a studio shelf, like in a editing station, and like this model frame will hold the weight of the VCR. And there will be other editing machines like equalizers and other VCRs and monitors. And I've showed you this pretty nice jog shuttle. And the buttons, they are placed in a special way. They are all like the square buttons. I kind of like this design, and I think there are others. I think most of these industrial VCRs have the buttons placed like this. I've seen pictures like the other ones, like the other betas and the Super VHS industrial VCRs. They have like square buttons placed like that. So this is quite interesting, and only the industrial VCRs they have stuff like that. So there's the counter reset button. It's written EE. I don't know what this stands for. I don't know if this is an error code or something, but at the moment the VCR seems to be fully working, the mechanism at least. So it's a beta hi-fi VCR, super beta hi-fi. There's a beta hi-fi switch here, so you can record, and a high band here. So this is for using the super beta mode. And this VCR has something very special. It has beta 1 speed, which most VCRs, most beta VCRs don't have. So you must be wondering, how do you change the tape speed on this VCR? I'll show you where the switch is. It's right there on the bottom. Kind of a strange placement here, it's hidden. So you can switch between the two record speed, beta 2 and beta 1. And it can record on a beta 1 high band speed, and when you record on that mode, I think it gives a very good picture quality, and it's like almost equivalent to SVHS. And so that was something very high-end, and I don't know exactly how this VCR was sold for, but I believe at least $3,000. It's from probably around 1986, 87, I'm guessing. And so I'm guessing that is the price, but I don't know. It was like several $1,000s at least. And you have 5 knobs like this. I removed them when I removed the front. You have normal tracking and slow tracking, so this VCR has manual tracking. And phone level, so this is probably the volume for the headphone here. So I did not read the user manual, so I don't know exactly what all these functions are. But here you have here the editing functions: video insert, audio, audio channel 1 and audio channel 2. So probably for the stereo sound basically, because there is 2 channels because it's stereo, one left and one right. Here the red record button, and next mark erase. So I think this puts like records some kind of signal on the tape, so it could be easier to edit. I've never used that kind of stuff, but it was probably useful in a studio. I believe. And here a dew light, so there is a dew sensor in the VCR, so when there is too much humidity, the VCR will just automatically turn off, and it will not be, you cannot operate it anymore. So this is from preventing the tape from sticking inside the VCR, and if it's too humid, you can't use it anymore. And now I will show you the backside. And so here you have the information, Sony, Betamax, and the model number GCS-50. And so they put like an extra space for the power supply, because it did not all fit in this. You can see it just sticks out at the backside here, this part of the power supply. And here you have AC outlet. And on this VCR you have a three-prong cable, so the power cable, which is a hardwire in the unit. You cannot detach it, and it's a three-prong power cable. And here you have the inputs and outputs. And you might be thinking, hey, this is a pretty strange plug. How are you going to be able to operate it? Well, at the moment I won't be able to use this, because this is a special type of plug. I think it was used only on these industrial and commercial units. So it's a different kind of plug. It's not the regular yellow video plug like you have on most VCRs. On all my other VCRs, they all have this. In this, it looks like an S-video, but it's a system control plug, so to control the different equipment. And the video input here, the audio are normal plugs. And here something I'll still adjust. I don't know exactly what this is, and I don't know why it's on the back also. MPX filter, so this is something related to the audio. And if you guys know what like the stuff that I don't know what they are, guys, if you know what they are, you can just tell me in the comments. Here you have two video outputs. So this was sometimes necessary, like if you wanted to have one that goes to a VCR and one to another VCR or to a monitor. Like you could display the video in different places. And so I will probably need to get an adapter for this. And here VHF out. So you must be asking, you must be wondering, why is there just only VHF out? Well, there is no TV tuner in this. So you could not use this to record the TV. Because this was not meant to be used at home to record the TV. This was for a studio. So they did not put a TV tuner in it, but there is a VHF out, which I'm going to use to test the VCR and to test the picture, and I'm going to use it right now, to test it right now, and I should get these BNC adapters, because I think this is how the plug is called. And here you have the power supply, which is very huge. It looks like a power plant. And there's a lot of wires in this, and it's pretty nice looking. All this, and you have fuses here, and here there is like some kind of fuse. But if someone knows what this exactly is, please tell me in the comments. Now I will plug it to the TV using this thing here to see if the picture is going to work. I hope it does. So I have good news for you. The video does work. Right now it's plugged to the TV using the RF output. And I will play something that I recorded using my Toshiba Beta VCR. And you see it plays well. And I am pretty excited because I just discovered something just absolutely awesome on this VCR. Just something very exciting. I will press fast forward now. This is Mario. Listen, when you operate it with the different speeds, it does not mute the sound. Isn't that just so freaking cool? Just for this, it's worth the $150 that I paid for it. Play times 2. And now you can play it backwards with the sound. Isn't that just so awesome? Now I'm adjusting the tracking. It's just freaking awesome. So maybe we're using this VCR. I call the discover hidden message in movies, like in the music in movies, maybe. Just I can't believe I did not expect this VCR to be able to do that. I don't know if all these industrial VCRs can do that, but just this is unique and it's very cool. It was recorded with my Toshiba Beta VCR, and right now the picture quality is perfect. It's recorded using Beta 2, and I'm going to try and get the BNC adapter so I can record using the Beta 1 speed and find out how good the picture quality will be. This is so much fun. So I think this VCR does not have a remote. I forgot to show you here on the bottom side. It looks like the VCR has been serviced, like in 2017. So the first time I saw this VCR there that I've noticed it, it was 2 years ago in summer 2017, and I uploaded a video where I took photos there, and this VCR was already there. So it's been there for at least this date probably. So this VCR, I would say that it was worth the money that I spent for it, and well, especially for that mind-blowing function where you can go to where you can play different speeds forward and backward without muting the sound. So none of my other VCRs can do that, and this has to be my favorite VCR in my collection now. I think I like it as much as my Sony EVS 2000 high-end VCR, which is also a ultra rare VCR. This one is ultra rare too, and I bet it will sell for a lot of money on eBay, even if it was non-functional. But now it seems to be fully functional, so I believe I could like get a few $100 for it on eBay. Don't know exactly how much, but anyway, I don't even want to try to sell it. I really want to keep this VCR. It's unique, and yeah, it was worth it. Really awesome. Now I think that's pretty much the end of my video, and I'll see you bye.